Alright, we are back. Sorry about that, guys. We should be live once again. We're back. We are back. We are back. Alright. We're back in. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry about that. I had to restart the stream real quickly. But we should be good to go for now, guys. Looks like Claude is still working on it. Welcome back, guys. Stream closed for a second. Sorry about that. Claude is actually still kicking along.
Is this really happening? What's good? Hey, ready? It'll be on your desk first thing tomorrow morning.
Welcome back, guys. Drop me a chat down in the, or drop me a hello down in the chat if you are back. I had to close the stream for a second.
I thought you said tomorrow was fine. Of course.
But we're back, and we are still rocking with Claude. He's still working on the redesign for the OX stuff. Looks like we've got some of you back in here. Sorry about that, guys. Let me know in the chat if you made it back.
Damn it!
Claude is still chugging along.
Yo, what's up? I still owe you a thrashing on the swash court.
Right on.
Need to get away from the road here. It's pretty loud. Anyways, welcome back, everybody. Like I said, this is kind of just a test stream for me, just to get everything lined out. I don't really have a plan for what we're going to build today, so just drop me a chat and let me know what you want to see. Drop me a chat, drop a like on the stream, and subscribe if you haven't already. We are just now getting started with this entire server build, so you definitely don't want to miss it. Like I said before, we are using Opus 5. Link to localhost, so looks like Claude's probably about finished. He's trying to open up the localhost to test out the UI. We used about 35% of our 5-error limit on this third eye inventory and notifications redesign. So looks like Claude's running a final audit. It really would probably be a good idea to stop Claude from doing this. Just using, I mean, I don't think that these are necessary. We can test it in the game. He's just wasting tokens, but wouldn't hurt. I guess it doesn't hurt. Welcome back to the stream, guys. Hope you all made it back. Looks like we're missing quite a few, so unfortunate that the stream ended there for a second, but we are back. And we are almost done. Yeah, we're actually really close to being done, so Claude's generating a README for the script. I think we're in the right place. Should be. Yep, YKUI. So we are real close to testing, guys. Claude's generating a README for this UI redesign. I mean, we don't really need to know a whole lot because it's not anything new. It's just a redesign. Carter's back. Good deal. Welcome back, Carter. Akuma Vice, can Claude design an inventory? So funny enough, Akuma, so we are actually doing a redesign of the OX target and OX inventory, as well as the notifications. So in terms of designing one from scratch, I think you probably could, but we are, if you're talking about design as just kind of a UI design, that's exactly what we're doing right now. So, and we've not even tested it. I've not seen it at all. Claude's finishing it up. So, perfect question. Perfect question. We should be about done. So we've got the README. We can probably open up the README here and take a look at it. See, I want that view. So going back to, I think it was Nick's question earlier of how can I get Claude to, or not necessarily Claude, how can I get AI to stop doing simple errors? Maybe it was Nick, I can't remember who it was. Stream closed after they asked that, but I mentioned that this OKLCH was probably going to be an issue, so Claude actually caught that and done colors in hexadecimal, not OKLCH, which is exactly what we want. Now I'm going to close that down. I don't want to see all that. Is this a... I guess this is a preview. Okay, so this is a little bit of a sneak peek. Carter says, do you think you need a FiveM dev now, or is Claude enough? Are you talking about, I'm assuming you're talking about as a server owner. And in that case, I think that if, let's see, let me think about that for a second before I give you an answer. I think yes and no is probably the best answer that I can give you. And I'll tell you what I mean by that in just a second. If you as a server owner have enough time to sit down and, let's see, let me open up this back. If you as a server owner have enough time to sit down and prompt Claude like this and do all the testing and stuff yourself, I don't necessarily think that you need a FiveM dev on your team. It wouldn't hurt to have a FiveM dev, maybe somebody that knows a little bit about like actual development work and not necessarily specifically FiveM development. I didn't mean to open up Steam, damn it. But yeah, I mean, I think that if you have a little bit of knowledge yourself and want to sit around and prompt Claude like this and do all the testing and stuff yourself, I think that you absolutely can do that without having another. I did not want to open Steam. Without having somebody else or without having a FiveM dev on your team. I think it's probably useful, but Can you make it work with that one? Absolutely. All right, so we are rolling back in, and let's take a look at the new UI. So looks, seeing some issues immediately. There's a black box behind all of our HUD elements. I'm gonna go screenshot that. Not sure if you guys took note of that, but and there's a black box behind our inventory as well. So we'll screenshot that. Let's get to this vehicle. Guess I could full screen this for you guys. So here's the new third eye, just a basic icon without anything, any context or anything like that. So, and you can see we've got some options: toggle trunk, open storage. I need to full screen this so it's not so laggy. Let's do 144 hertz. ATWN says, do we need a paid Claude to do that? Yeah. You probably do. I wouldn't advise trying to do any kind of stuff like this. Oh, I did a stretched res resolution. I'm an idiot. Let's see. I don't want full screen exclusive. I hate GTA for this. You know, that'll work. Anyway, so here's the new UI for the third eye. So we can see it, the eye lights up, and we get open storage here. And then it gives us a black overlay behind our stuff. I like the dragging feature. That seems to work pretty well. Alright, so as you guys can see, we have a little bit of issues here. So I don't want this to be black either. I want this to be translucent or semblance of transparency. So I will show you guys exactly what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is paste this back in there. And I'm going to tell Claude that for the notifications, if I can spell right, targeted elements, not exactly sure what to call where it says open storage. Fully opaque. So, all I did to fix those issues, as you can see, there's a black box around some of our elements. I just took a screenshot, threw it back into Claude, and gonna have him fix that. You know how to get the casino working? I've thought about doing a casino script. OX target uses OX live for UI. Yeah, we're doing a redesign of all of those elements at the moment, and we just had a little bit of a translucency issue. So Claude is working on a fix for those background problems. Been working on a casino. Not too confident how to get started. Had to dive into Code Walker. Yeah, that's definitely one part of FiveM development that I don't think or see AI replacing is all the MLO stuff, just because of the nuances behind it, and it's not something that I've dove into too deep as well. So kudos to you, man, for working on some stuff like that. I've seen some videos of it. It seems like it's not too terrible to get a grasp of and start churning some stuff out with it, but never been a fan of the 3D modeling aspect of stuff like that, so I've not dove into it too terribly much. Ask it to use Svelte and Lucid. Yeah, I like Svelte. I think it's. I'll do that at some point in time when I do a full UI redesign. Just gonna take a good amount of time to port it all to Svelte. I like Svelte though. I just think it's probably a little bit of overkill for FiveM UI. It takes way less credits than Claude. Better than Claude because it creates premium looking GUIs/UIs. What's that? One. Let's see. What are you talking about, Nikon? What takes way less credits than Claude? From my experience, I think anything takes way less credits than Claude. BLDR chat. What model is that? I'm not familiar with that is. Yeah, I'm not familiar with what that is. Looks like it's just kind of a wrapper that does a little bit for you. Anyway, looks like Claude has came back with fixing those issues. So I think we can just go in here and do a refresh. Maybe not. Let's refresh the entire server. So let's see what Claude did. Backdrop filter doesn't work in FiveM in UI. So that's an issue that I've seen before. And to answer, I think it was Nick's question from before, how do you stop that from happening? And we're going to go ahead and throw it into our, let's see, what did I do? I made a server markdown file, don't use color scheme dark. And we're going to say backdrop filter doesn't work in FiveM in UI. Don't use it. So hopefully that should fix that error from coming up in the future. So let's go ahead and just spawn back where we were. And we don't have the... So that's perfect. So Claude fixed all those issues. We can see our notifications don't give us the drop back.
Hello?
We can see search dumpster.
Yes,
There's nothing
I'd
in
like
it.
to make a reservation for one, please.
Get some stuff here. So this actually looks pretty good. Nick's back. Cool.
I saw on the internet you said it was all you can eat. Now, just
So this was your suggestion, Nick. I think we're done. We've got a full... We had to fix some issues. Let me find a vehicle here. Can I steal this one? Yes, please. Okay. I will bring it back. So you can see that's the new notifications in the top right up there. We can test out the third eye. Got some new third eye options. We'll toggle the trunk. We'll open the front doors. Doesn't look like it made it too terribly different. I think it looks okay though. What do you think, Nick? This was your suggestion. Would you be satisfied with something like this?
Hello?
Oh, yes, hello?
So that is the
Oh my
UI,
God,
just a
are
little
you
bit of a
blind?
UI redesign. We didn't do anything with the HUD or anything like that. We just did the kind of targeting. That could be a little bit bigger, I guess, in my... Well, I don't know, maybe not. What do you guys think about this, the new third eye, new inventory, new notifications? Guess we'll find a locked vehicle, that way we can get the notifications to pop up consistently. That's the new notifications there in the top right. Yeah, like I said, it didn't really do a whole lot of difference. Would you create a script for car stealing / scrapping / getting parts and crafting items from the parts? Yeah, like a chop shop script. I've actually created one of those in one of my videos. I actually think that might have been the first video on the channel. So if you want to see that at right at this exact point in time, you can go check that video out. It's not as in-depth as what you are asking for in terms of, you know, crafting items with the parts. But yeah, that's definitely something that we can do. I think that's a pretty popular script in a lot of servers, so probably a good idea to get that in here if we're doing a full production build, which we plan on doing. I don't want to spend too much time on this UI stuff. I want to get some stuff to actually show you guys, and we can show off a little bit better. So let me know down in the chat what you want to see next. So far, Nike has got us a chop shop script as an idea.
Hello? What's going on, my dude? Oh, you about to... Ah! Fucking lame, bitch. Go on, man.
Hey, let's meet up next week.
Hey!
All right. Some servers have script for melting items. Yeah, I have a... Actually, that script's going to be on my Qbox for free. You can find it in the Discord as well. It's a mining and smelting script, so Another one that we have covered in a video, and that one's actually available for free on my Qbox. Yeah, I think I did see something about that MLO builder. It's not, like I said before, it's not really anything that I've really touched upon a whole lot, so
Some days I feel like I'm living in paradise.
maybe I could do a video on that.
No plans this weekend unless you call
Hey,
smoking,
man, what's
fine
up?
weed, and
Hey, what's
listen to
going on,
some
brother?
fine tunes plans.
Because I did see what you're talking about. I haven't messed
I
with it
gotta be
though.
careful though. My landlord.
You blind or what?
I'm just chilling out.
The Lord of
I'm saving
Gaming,
up for the
Lord
collector's
says, maybe
edition.
something police players can do when there isn't much crime or crim players on. That's an interesting idea. I don't know that.
Hey, thanks for calling.
Oh, it costs $60. Jesus Christ. Maybe we could build that for free. I'm sure whoever built that just vibe coded it. Maybe not. Maybe I'm shitting on them, but I bet we could build that as well. Yeah, I mean, is that something you guys want to see as well, like in future videos and stuff? Maybe not in this particular stream, but building some stuff to help you build within FiveM. Not necessarily building scripts, but building you know,
Who cares?
Oh, you totally
stuff like that.
my head high when you
MLO
walked into
builder
me,
and stuff.
dude.
Obviously, I'll release it for free.
Babe, call my assistant. We'll set something
All right,
up.
so far, the next idea that I've got is a chop shop script, so drop me a comment. Looks like we've got quite a few people in here. Welcome to the stream. If you're new to the channel, drop a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel. This is kind of a stream series that we're going to do. I'll also put out some videos on these scripts and release whatever we make for free. I've got quite a few scripts already released for free on my Qbox and in the Discord, so Discord should be in the description. Hop in there if you haven't already, and welcome to the community. We love having everybody around, and something like LSPDFR, yeah, or 5PD is kind of what the vibes that I got from that. Just some NPC events and such. You guys want? Do you guys want to see some police stuff? I've made quite a few police scripts in the past, and I think we could churn something police-wise, churn that out pretty quickly. If that's something you guys want to see. I'm just kind of aimlessly walking around right now. Would you say QB Core is better than ESX? I personally don't like ESX, but that's just my personal opinion.
You're totally following me.
Whether it's better or worse, I'm not one to say. I've not given ESX a proper chance. I was going to do a video on building some ESX scripts. Qbox is better than ESX. Yeah, I definitely,
Well, come by.
I can't disagree with that. But like I said, I've not given ESX a proper chance. I don't necessarily like that framework much at all. I've never really played on any servers with it. You'd like to see something very in depth, but I know it takes some time. Yeah, and that's the point of these streams, guys, is to show you kind of the entire process. But I don't want to bore you guys, obviously.
Come on. If the 99% don't get off their ass, we'll all be fucked.
Vibe coding a new framework for enhanced. I've thought about that as well. I've got a kind of a multi-character and spawn selector and character customization things script so far for enhanced, but I've not done a whole lot of work with it. You've heard that QB Core NUIs and UIs work better than ESX. That's probably true.
Yeah, brother.
Just ran that guy over, poor guy.
You disgust me. Whatever.
Rise wants to see something very in-depth. Okay. Do you have anything in mind, Rise, that you want to see that would be in-depth? Maybe I don't do it right this second, but maybe we write that down for something in the future. Perhaps create a loading screen script. Sure, we can do that. It should be fairly straightforward, pretty easy. I guess the first thing that we could do would be to kind of create some branding around the server, so
You know how you mentioned at lunch the other day that you play the guitar?
that we can actually make that loading
I
screen.
was thinking.
So
Let's
let's
get a
start
band going with
that,
all the guys from the
and
shop.
let me get away from everybody because everybody wants to talk.
I can sing. You heard me sing at the bar? I'm a regular Billy Blue.
Maybe a new chat UI would be good too. So yeah, loading screen should be fairly easy. Like I said, guys, we're going to be pretty hindered with these streams on our 5-hour limit. So with that, I think that I'll switch back and forth between different AI models and stuff, because I've got like 3 or 4 different pro subscriptions on stuff. Maybe I could consolidate it and just get the Claude Max, but it's not something that I've done as of right now. So let's build a loading screen. Custom loading screen. So we really need like some videos or pictures or something to use in the loading screen. That's not something I have as of right this second. Let's see if I can find anything on YouTube. Just cinematics to use. It's really loud. Okay, so I've got a free cinematics pack here, and what we're gonna do is download that from YouTube. So we'll just go to YouTube to MP4. We'll copy the URL here, and this is just the cinematic. I'll show you guys here. It looks pretty good. I mean, it's a minute long. See how long this will take. It says free to use, so don't come after me. It says free to use in the title, so we're going to use it. Right, let me catch up on chat here. Perhaps loading screen. Feel free to join my framework. Yeah, if you want to join the Discord, man, there's a channel in the Discord that everybody shares their own stuff that they've made. So definitely join the Discord and feel free to share that with everybody. Okay, so we've got our loading screen cinematics here. I'm going to just drop that in there. As the backdrop for the loading screen. What should the title of our server be? I don't know. Our server name is Yeti City. Super original. Add a custom loading bar. I guess we could add music to the loading screen. So let me go back to YouTube and find some free to use . Trying to find some free used music here. We're just going to go with that. I don't really care what it sounds like. Obviously, if you guys are going to do this on your own, you can definitely find something that you actually like the sound of. I just found some kind of free beat on YouTube that I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and download that. Actually, what I'm going to do is open up VS Code here. Make sure that you guys are still on the right screen. Yep, we are. Cool. And I will catch it back up on chat in just a second, guys. So let me download the music. What I'm going to do is go into... I'm going to make a new folder. Okay, loading screen, and I am going to drag that in there. And that in there as well. As the background video, and the MP3 as the audio. Allow audio to be muted. Alright, so that is what we're working on so far for our loading screen here. Let's see if I miss anything in chat. Maybe a drug making / selling, in my thought. Different ingredients with risks. Yeah, we can definitely do that. Which AI would I recommend for cool UI? So, I think Claude does the best UI so far. But it all comes back to using some UI design skills that make it not look AI generated. Button to mute music. Yep, got that. Allow audio to be muted. Take a cool song like NCS at non-copyright sounds or something like that. Yeah, I just found some kind of non-copyright beat and I threw it in there. Yeah, I think yeah, actually, Lord, that's exactly what I was thinking. I've been playing Schedule 1 with some of my friends recently. So I definitely want to throw in some of those ideas into a FiveM script. That's a great suggestion, and I'm definitely going to do that. So we've been playing that a lot the past week or so. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's shoot that in there. Let's build a loading screen script. Use the attached MP4 file. Hopefully Claude can see that we've added that into the YK loading screen right there. Yeah, I definitely like that idea of a Schedule 1 drug script. Let's see if I can pull up the Discord here. Go to early previews, try to find... So this is a serial scratching script that I built last week, I believe, and this is definitely a way that I would take. I want to go this way with all the other, all the future scripts that I build. So, but in terms of the Schedule 1 drug script, so like you would come in here and like, whereas this kind of forces the camera down as a top-down view. Like Schedule 1 does the same thing. Whenever you are mixing ingredients, you get that kind of front-facing camera and can interact with stuff. So like this serial scratching script. We get that top-down camera and we can interact and scratch off the serial number there. This is actually one of the coolest scripts that I think that I've built so far. You've got kind of a heat bar there. But yeah, if we did something, I would love to do something like this with drugs or something like that. Yeah, it's actually, you just use I mean, all I did was tell Claude to use the camera, like put a top-down camera after you third eye it. And then I had to do a little bit of testing with placing the prop in the right place, or the prop in the right place. And then that serial number is just a NUI element with nothing else behind it. You can see that there's a camera shake there, and it's kind of moving with the camera. But yeah, so it's actually a really cool script. So the numbers are just a NUI element, and you just scratch it off. It just looks like it's on the gun. It's actually, obviously technically not. And then once you get done, you get like the serial numbers defaced there. Where did you get your icons/images from? In what regard? Which one are you talking about? Most of the icons that I get are from overflow5m.com. They have a really expansive icon gallery. It's really good. You can also just use ChatGPT and make some icons. I've done that with a few as well. If you're talking about like the inventory icons with the guns and stuff. So if you just now dropping into the stream, yeah, in the inventory, so Overflow 5M, just search that up on Google. I'm not affiliated with them in any way, shape, or form. I use their stuff. They've got like, I don't know how many. It's I can pull it up here. It's Overflow 5M. I'll pull it over here to the screen. Guess I can probably don't have to zoom in that far, but yeah, Overflow 5M. So you can see they have item gallery here, and they have tons of item icons. And you can search. So if you need like weed or something like that, you can probably search for it and find all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I mean, they've got tons. But then again, like I said, you can probably use ChatGPT to generate some images like this as well. I've done that with a few. But yeah, if you guys are just now stopping by the stream, we have built, so far we've done a UI redesign of the third eye and the notifications and the inventory. So this is just some mock-up images. This is what it looks like in game. And then now we are working on a loading screen. So I've provided Claude with a video that I got off of YouTube that says free to use, so don't come at me. And then some free to use music as well. So he's actually working on that. That's what we're going with right now. Yeah, guys, just drop me a chat down below what you guys want to see me building in this stream. I don't know how long this stream is going to last. I kind of just wanted to throw this one up pretty quickly. I didn't have a plan or anything for it. You found one that was free. You like the cartoony look to them. One guy has like 50,000 icons but charges 150 euros for it. Yeah, there's way too many people charging for shit in FiveM. It really irks me. That's why I have released all my scripts for free so far. And any scripts that we build in this video that you guys want to be released, I'll release them in the Discord for free. Did you try ever making a robbery creator? I did build a bank robbery script, not necessarily a robbery creator. What do you mean by robbery creator? Is that like you can go in game, like an admin can go in game or something like that, and put together like a robbery, just like on the fly like that? Lord says we have the plan. Just ask us. Yeah, give me the plan, dude. What do you want to see? Let me know the plan. Let me know the plan, Lord. Corby, hello, welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. Doing some FiveM builds here. Welcome, welcome. We got a lot of people in, we got a lot of people viewing, not many people chatting. Drop a chat, guys. What do you want to see? What do you want to see us build today? We're working on a loading screen right now. It's going on in the background. Yeah, I mean, I agree. There are some things that are reasonable to pay for. Yeah, I mean, 55,000 icons that have the same look. If you really want to look across that many icons, I don't think that's a horrible purchase. But yeah, I think that there are. Yeah, I also like when a server has all a coherent UI and a coherent feel between it that makes it look a whole lot more premium for sure. Yeah, in-game robberies and heists instead of a config. Yeah, that's not something I've made before, but that's a good idea. If that's something you guys want to see, we can give it a shot. Create a custom MLO of a luxury mafia casino with poker rooms, VIP lounges, vaults, hidden escape tunnels, and rooftop helipad. Holy shit, dude. Scram Jack with a banger of a suggestion. Is that what you guys want to see? Do you want to see some MLO stuff? I've not done a whole lot with MLOs, so I mean, we can definitely give it a shot for sure. Looks like Claude is probably about done with the loading screen. So we'll test that in just a second. So Rise, I know you've been talking about some casino stuff. What about like some online gambling? Like I know people are doing that on their phones and stuff. Like, what's it called? Rain Bet. You know, add like an app on the FiveM phone, like a Rain Bet clone, something like that. You think that would be something cool? A prison script? Yeah, I have actually made a prison script before. We could definitely do that. I've got. Did I release? Yeah, I did release the video of the Uber script. So there's a Uber script that I built that actually sends an Uber driver to your location, and then you hop in the Uber and then you go to your destination. We could definitely reuse that logic of transporting somebody from, like they get sentenced at the PD, and then they have to be taken out to the transport van, then they get transported all the way up to the prison. Lord has a friend server. We made a prison system that lets players run the casino. Or, not the casino, run the prison. Yeah, I think that DOJ or not DOJ, DOC is a good idea in a lot of servers. It doesn't work all the time. I've seen it fail plenty of times, but yeah, it's a good idea. The actual casino using the GTA owned casino and be able to become a dealer for players with a wheel spin, etc. for the car podium. we can give it a try. I mean, all that logic exists in the game. I've seen scripts where they use the native GTA casino function, so we can give that a shot. We can give that a shot for sure, dude. Crimson, I am building a loading screen right now with a custom cinematic video in the background, and some music as well. The only thing we've built so far in the video, or in the stream, we've built we did a redesign, simple redesign of the OX target, OX notifications, just basically OX lib, so OX notifications and the inventory as well. Just a little bit of a UI redesign on that. We are building a loading screen right now. We should be about done. It looks like Claude's just doing some testing. Once your police is sorted, you'll be doing the prison. That is awesome, dude. I've built a prison before, or a prison script before, but I have since deleted that. So Claude's been going for like 15 minutes so far. We're at 68% of our limit. If we max this out, we'll switch over to probably Grok. The new Grok model is pretty good with FiveM so far that I've seen. So we'll do some more testing with it. Let's see. We've got a lot of Qbox stuff that we need to redo. So Qbox read is definitely something that we could redo. Vehicle shop. I don't want to. I've actually built a lot of these. Build out a lot of replacements for Qbox. If you guys have caught any of my previous videos, yeah, you'll have seen what we've done. And if you haven't, just check out my previous videos, guys. Check out the Discord that's going to be linked down below. We've got a lot of scripts so far. I'm not going to be reusing those scripts. We're going to build everything from scratch with input from you guys. Crimson says he's learning Claude. Helped me a lot with FiveM right now. You just popped up in my feed, and I was like, what's this? Yeah, man. I've done a lot with Claude and FiveM. I'm not a FiveM developer. I am a systems engineer by trade, software engineer as well. Well, I mean, my title is systems engineer, but I do a lot of software development. So, like, I've got a lot of knowledge in that space. I don't have a whole ton of knowledge with Lua and FiveM specifically, but we've built some pretty cool stuff with FiveM so far. You can see a lot of previews in the Discord that didn't quite make it to videos, but we've got some videos on the channel as well, if you want to check those out. Try that builder chat, so that dude will be happy. Let me look it up. Let's see. Yeah, I'm definitely not paying for something like that. But if whoever the builder chat owner is, and they want a partnership on the channel, I would be happy to show it in that regards. But I'm not going to be paying for a wrapper like that probably doesn't make a ton of difference. Maybe it does. I don't know. Crimson says, neither am I. I'm not even a software engineer. Just learning this from scratch. Well, not really, since I use AI, but yeah. I mean, Everybody uses AI these days, man. You don't feel bad about using AI. The more you use it, even with AI, the more you'll understand what you're doing. Let's see if see what Claude's doing. Video actually never plays. So Claude's actually struggling quite a bit here. Let's see. Yeti City. So here's a little bit of a screenshot of the loading screen, guys. Cash versus bank. We've got some tool tips there on the right side, or gameplay tips, I guess, not tool tips. Yeti City. This looks good so far. It's pretty simple and straight to the point. Everything's verified, no errors. You like it? Yeah, we'll I'll restart the server and we'll load in and make sure that it looks good. I didn't really give Claude too many parameters on actual UI styling. That's definitely something that you want to do once you start getting a lot of UI elements. He's creating the README, so the rest of it should be done. So what I'm going to do is restart the server. Looks good, looks good. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I just hope it works as well as it looks. Okay, we're built. So, all right, let's try it. Let's load in. What do we say? Mute. Here's the mute button. And we're in. What do you guys think? Let me know. Apex says, wish I had the money for Claude. Claude is too good. Claude is really good, dude. It really is. It's definitely worth the $20 a month. Do you try Gemini 3.1 Pro preview? I can. I have Gemini Pro, so I can give that a shot if that's something you want to see. I'm just on the normal Pro plan for Claude. I guess I can leave. Let me leave and join back. That way you guys can see the loading screen once again. So re-encoded the video. Yeah, I have tried 5.6 Soul. I think my most recent video is a comparison between Fable 5 and 5.6 Soul. I think that's the most recent video. It actually gave me a lot of errors, just small errors that, I mean, they didn't take much to fix, but they were still there. So let's see what else we got. Yeti City wordmark. So yeah, is this on enhanced or legacy? This is legacy. This is legacy. So if you guys are just now stopping by, this is a loading screen that we just now created using Claude. This is the prompt, just a really simple small prompt. Nothing crazy, no super specific UI constraints. And I gave it a free to use video and free to use audio. So I will go ahead and hop back in here, join again, and you can see the loading screen. rate it. I think it's okay. I mean, it's simple. I've seen better probably, but it's simple. It does the point. I mean, it's pretty cool. All right. It's Legacy or Legacy sadly. Yep. Yeah, this is Legacy. If you guys want to see a video on Enhanced or something like that, I can do that. I've made a couple scripts on Enhanced. Nothing crazy. Just because I think all the issues come from OXLib. I think OXLib has some issues that need patched. Next is drugs, please. We kind of have look at like loading screens. Also did it with Claude. Yeah, I'm sure that if you did it with Claude and didn't give, you know, too many constraints just as I did, I'm sure that we have pretty similar loading screens. Drugs next. Sure. Let's see. So we're at 72% of our limit. I don't know if we'll have enough to do a full-on drug script. Might be better to build onto Qbox Weed. I'm not exactly sure how Qbox Weed works. Let's see if there's a README. There's not. Cool. Have you made a weather system? I have not. I've not made a weather system. I've just used the weather that exists in Qbox. Do you think that you can make sick roleplay server with advanced scripts and system like the one on Prodigy and no pixel level using AI? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Probably not. Probably not to that extent, I would say. Prodigy and no pixel are I mean, that's like saying, can you build face? Well, I don't know. I mean, fuck you. Maybe you can. It would take a long time. Take a lot of money. Take a lot of money in using credits and take a lot of your time and stuff like that. Can you? I would say maybe. Maybe. I don't know if you can exactly or not. Maybe you can try my framework. Then if you do something on Enhanced, yeah, I'll try it, dude. If you want to, like I said before, join the Discord and drop it in there and share it with the community, and I'll give it a shot. Think you need Fable 5 to make that, and it'll take a long time. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't know that Fable 5 is necessarily the absolute pinnacle of models that people say it is. I'm using Opus 5 right now, and it does pretty good. What's the Discord? It should be in the description. If it's not, I can update it, but it should be down there. But I think if you know how to work good with AI, and if script works, it looks good. It doesn't matter if it's AI or human code. Yeah, I mean, this is FiveM. I mean, we're creating scripts for a 13-year-old game, so it doesn't have to be, yeah, like you said, it doesn't matter. The only thing that becomes an issue is when people make scripts and charge $80 for them, and yeah, that's when I have an issue with it. But I mean, if you can make good shit with AI and you know how to prompt and you know how to give it the proper constraints, that way that it's not being abused in any way, shape, or form, I think you can absolutely build a fully fledged server with AI. That's what we're doing in this video. That's exactly what we're doing. Like I said before, I'm not a FiveM developer. I know very little about Lua as a language, as a scripting language. It's not, I wouldn't categorize Lua as a programming language. I know very little about Lua, but I do software development in my day job, so I have those kind of concepts in the back of my brain. Let's see. What channel do you want to post in? It should be community scripts. That should have some posts in there with other people's stuff in it. You can create like a new post in there. Community scripts in the Discord. When using AI, I think it works best when you get a proper prompt and set a battle plan. Yeah, I mean that's always a good idea. That's never a bad idea for sure. So let's think about what we're gonna do next. Being kind of just stalling here for a minute. Let's see. No, Lord said drugs earlier. I don't know that there's any kind of meth script in here. No, I talked about Schedule 1 a little bit ago. That could be a good idea. Can't see that channel? Interesting. Should be able to. It's selected that everybody can view the channel, so you should be able to see it. Anyway. Okay, you're good. No worries, man. No worries at all. So yeah, let's see. Do you guys want to see me open up Cursor and try some shit with Grok? I guess I could do a drug script. You've got weed. What kind of server do I have in mind so we can give inputs? I mean, this is obviously, this is Qbox, so we're obviously got an economy server. Economy-based, serious roleplay server would be what I would, what I would go for, what I would play in my personal opinion. Let's see, set amount of ingredients, change each month for the best batch you could cook in, and RV, you don't manage the temp right. Yeah, let's try that. Let's try it with Claude. We'll see how far we can get. Like I said, we're kind of nearing to the end of our 5-hour limit. I guess I can open up Cursor. Let's just try it with Cursor. Let's see what happens with the new Grok model. I don't think we can build something that complex with the 5-hour limit we got left. I do have some usage credits, though. Okay, whatever. I've got some usage credits, so... Get Cursor out of the way. Try it again, Lord. You have to be in the Discord for a certain amount of time before you can post links, but you've been chatting here with us, so try it one more time. Just overwritten it for you. Yeah, I think we can do a meth script. You want to see it in Claude or in Grok? I'll do it either way. Yeah, Cursor is fast. I really enjoy it with the new Grok model. Let's do that. Since you talked about Cursor, we're going to use it. We've used Claude for the first two. Okay, let me open up the right directory. Okay. We are in Cursor, and let's build a Posted now. Cool. Thanks for that. I'll definitely check it out and either make a video on it or show it in the stream. So we are building out a meth script, guys. So we're going to say, let's build a meth script, utilize the RV as the means of cooking the meth. We're going to build it like the Schedule 1 meth creation process. So I can probably give more detail to that. So first we need sudo and phosphorus. I can't spell phosphorus. There we go. What's the other ingredient? Hydrochloric acid, maybe? Acid. Combine. Then we boil it. Ensuring the temperature stays in range. And then bag it for selling. So this is kind of the creation process so far. We're going to use in-game props, utilize force cameras to make it look immersive. And what I mean by that, guys, I'm just going to, if you haven't seen it before, I'm sorry if you have. I'm just going to showcase this one more time. This is a serial scratching script that I built last week, and it uses the same kind of utilizing in-game props and force cameras to make it look immersive. So with this, we third eye on the table, and then it puts down the camera as a force perspective camera on the table, spawns the gun in, and does a NUI overlay of like a fake, I mean, it's not a fake serial number, it's the serial number that's given by our police script, and then you scratch that off. So I guess I can show you guys how it works. And then you can take your mouse and scratch over the serial number. You got to keep the heat in check there. Guess I could make this a little bit bigger for you. But yeah, this is kind of the immersive style script that I want to build with this meth cooking as well. So that's why I said use in-game props and utilize force cameras to make it immersive. And that's kind of the look that I'm going for that I just showed you with the serial scratching. For selling, selling the meth. We can utilize the same kind of corner selling that exists already in, I think it's the F1 or Z menu, general, or no, citizen corner selling. So we'll utilize that same corner selling. Customers to bag the meth. You need crystals. Baggies can be purchased from stores. package for sale. Something like that. Alright, we've got a couple chats here. Should we be able to do planet also the same as that game? Like plant seed, water, etc.? Yeah, for sure. Scramjack progression over grinding instead of chop wood 6,000 times. We reward skill unlocks, better equipment, better contracts, reputation, pass abundance. Yeah. Remember to ask it to not full screen the NUI. It should not. It should not. I can do that for sure. Yeah, the black background, exactly. So we added that to our server.md. Backdrop filter doesn't work in FiveM NUI. Don't use it. So I'm going to leave that off. I'm actually going to leave that off, and we'll see if that server.md actually works in preventing it from doing those shitty NUI stuff. So yeah, I think we're good as of right now. Yeah, plant seed. Yeah, I'm just going to do meth for now, but yeah, that would be the flow that we would use for weed. I think weed already exists. And I know there's a Qbox weed script. I don't know exactly what it does, but it's there. We need some way of getting the acid and stuff. What do you guys think for how we obtain the acid and the pseudo? We don't have like a black market or anything yet, I don't believe. What are we thinking, guys? Looks like we hit 50 viewers. That's awesome, guys. Appreciate everybody for being here. Drop a like on the stream. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. This is a stream series that we're going to be doing, so you definitely don't want to miss the next parts. We're going to build a fully production-ready server, and I may end up releasing the entire server to you guys, so I don't really have any desire of running my own server. Hopefully you can delete that. Oh, the Qbox weed. Yeah, we can delete that and replace it for sure, no doubt. So the way I saw it being done was from using a crowbar and a battery, breaking it down to get stuff like acetone, etc. Okay, I see what you're saying. Breaking it down in your inventory. That's a cool idea. I don't want to search up acetone or meth ingredients. Let's just go with this. We can, well, let's see. You can buy the acid. Oh no. Let's see. Ingredients from a drugstore. You have to go and steal the ingredients? That's a cool idea. Mix back. Would be cool if you had a chance of bursting the battery and you lose it. And you have to get more if you fail too many times. So the battery's used for what? Acid, right? I assume. Have to steal the ingredients. Okay. Keep coming with the ideas, guys. Love them. Love the ideas. I do want I think I do want if the temp you could add both options. Yeah, we definitely could. We for sure could. So I think for now, what I'll do is I'll just say that you can buy the ingredients from a drugstore. And then for the actual like meth lab, I think we need to place that somewhere. I don't think we could do just a table, like introduce a meth table item and let players place that wherever they want. I've seen it done that way, and I've also seen like stationary labs. Yeah, we would need an MLO for it for sure. We can probably find some area and just place a couple props and make that the meth lab instead of actually doing an MLO for now. Let's see, I guess probably closer to the hood. You can make an anti-cheat. I could make an anti-cheat, and I've thought about that. I've worked through making one a little bit. I'm actually getting my master's degree in information system security, so that's definitely something, a topic that's near and dear to my heart for sure, that I'm interested in. Not sure that it super applies to FiveM, but we can definitely give it a shot. Obviously applies in some capacity.
Oh, hi.
I'm just looking for a good place to place our meth lab, or to make our kind of on-the-fly meth lab for now. Somewhere down here. Somewhere. I don't know where we could make it. Go down to the hood or something. Let's see. There's a building over here somewhere. This place. This place has an interior, doesn't it? Here it is. Here's where I'm looking for. I think this has an interior. It does. Drugstore or black market, but quality varies in the black market. For sure, yeah, that's a good idea. So we could use this kind of, we could use this interior for our meth lab. Let's find a good spot for it. Yeah, pharmacy could be a good MLO, and I've also seen like pharmacy robberies as well. We could kind of tackle two birds with one stone with that one. Where the hell? I thought there was another place that I could go, or is this the... That's it? This is it? I thought there was another entrance. Like on the front. Not an entrance. I could have sworn there's another entrance to this somewhere. Maybe over here. Think so. Where's this take us? Reception. Oh, okay. I don't want to do that. Let's just put it here. We don't really need to find the best spot for now. Okay, so that should be good. We're just going to go for this for now. So we've got, we've got utilize the RV as a means of cooking the meth. Okay, so that kind of contradicts ourselves there if we use that. I want the time to be different as well. Let's do 8. Right, there we go. So let's spawn in an RV, I guess. I don't know what it's called. Camper? Did work. Should be in the vans, though. Not camper. It's the journey. Okay. Journey 2. We can get in it? I don't know that we can get in it like this. It's not gonna work. I bet there's another model that we would have to get. If there's one out there somewhere that allows you to enter it. I'm sure there is. I feel like I've seen it before. Hey, what's up, Tiz? Yeah, you can definitely build some cool shit with Claude for sure. Doing good, man. Doing good. Just enjoying a good Sunday stream. Good Sunday. This is kind of just a test stream. I just want to make sure everything worked. It was just sat in the driver's seat. Didn't have to be in the back. Okay, we can do that, and we can also, I don't know. Depends on how immersive you want it. Right, exactly. I think we skip the RV for now, and then we'll go back to. We'll use that building and place kind of a mech lab. Where'd it go? Here it is. Because I do want that kind of immersive, kind of top-down style, like the, well, I closed out the video. So let's take that out. Maybe we can utilize the RV to sell the meth. I don't know. So let's build a meth script, combine it like the Schedule 1 meth creation process, pseudo, phosphorus, and acid. Combine then boil. Ensure the temp stays in range using game prompts, or props, not prompts. Force cameras to make it immersive. Utilize the existing corner selling. Bag the meth. You can buy ingredients from a drugstore. Okay, let's go. So we're getting Grok 4.5 to do that. Yeah. You were a beta tester of some big script makers? Cool, man. That's awesome. Yeah, Raz. I mean, we could have done that, Raz. Just have them sit in the driver's seat and do it. But I like the idea of them actually having to interact and mix the stuff rather than just like wait on a progress bar to cook it. Let's see. While this is working, I'm gonna see if there's a mod out there that you can get in the back of. I've seen one that has a little bit better of an interior than that one did. That one didn't really have an interior fit for getting in the back of it. Sorry about that, guys. Little loud video there, my bad. Alright. Making a complete server with Qbox for $3,000. Yeah, people are fucking insane. Yeah, Tiz, that's a good idea. I've seen a RV that it must have been a completely different model, and it was a little bit bigger. The one that the base one is barely. I mean, it's not really big enough to walk into and get in there. So look at this place. All right, let me grab those cords and I'll take a look at it. Yeah, I've actually seen this used as a meth lab. So this is actually a good idea. So I'm going to do that. Thank you for that, Nick. You are the man. Nick is killing it today. This is a perfect idea. Yeah, people do pay that, Tis, and I really don't know why. That's why I'm doing these videos to show people you can make your own shit. And I'm gonna start charging like $100 for some AI scripts and see who pays it. No, I'm not really, but yeah, Nick, this is sweet, dude. I'm gonna use this probably. Actually, I probably need to use the door. Defect 3 of that. Well, actually, I'm going to grab the Vec 4 so we spawn facing away. You can make a computer OS for sure, for sure. Nick, how'd you find that? Is there like a list of all those kind of underground places like that? 'Cause I know I've seen some of them. But if there was like a list of all of them, that'd be awesome. So now where do we place the door to go in? I think the way that I had seen it done was it was like here. It was like this door. We can do this. Do the Vec 3 of that one. Yeah, you can, Tiz. You absolutely can make awesome stuff with a, if you know how to do it. So let's check on Grok. He's still going. So this is the first time that I'm kind of testing. You can ask for ChatGPT for places. Oh, okay. So Grok is cooking along with the meth, no pun intended, cooking with the meth script here. Fix the boy minigame. Let's hope this does what I want it to do. I'm gonna say that it may not do exactly what I want it. Just do FiveM IPL list. Okay. Oh, dude, you are a legend, brother. I've seen this list before, but I could not remember where it was at. Appreciate that, dude. Alright. Oh, see, we're already done. So Grok is fast as fuck, really. I mean, I don't know how many. It was 5 minutes. So we've got the meth lab here, combine Suno, phosphorus, and acid, force cam and props, boil, then bake, crystallize, and package and sell. Okay. Perfect. So we're going to do a full server restart on this. Show us. Yep. Oh, the list? Okay. Yep. It is. Is this what you're talking about? Show you the list here. It's just a Lisp, or not Lisp, list of interiors and locations. So it shows the vector of like bunkers and stuff, apartments. I can show you guys in game in just a second as well, once we get back in there with the new meth script. All right, there we go. Yeah, I'll pull some. We'll use some in the next script as well. We'll see how this goes with Grok 4.5 using or building this one. If you guys are just tuning in, we have built 2 scripts so far. I just want to mention this before we load back in. So the first one we did was a UI redesign over kind of OX lib and the OX target and inventory stuff and the OX notifications. Just did a little redesign of that. I'm sure you guys have seen something that looks similar. Seems like AI loves building notifications like that. This is the inventory. And then we also built a, again, this is with Opus 4, not Opus 4, Opus 5. We built a loading screen with a custom video and music in the background as well with Claude. And that kind of maxed out. Did about 74% of our 5-hour limit. So we switched over to Grok. We'll see how Grok does. But we're back in the server. Let's see what Grok says. Let's see, here's the load screen, guys. Looks pretty cool. So we will come back in here, and we did not wire it up to be at this place yet. We can do that in the future. So let's go back to that building, and I've passed it up. It's over here, I think. I've lost my bearings. Where the hell am I? Oh, here we go. Here it is. All right, let's see. Yeah, add a volume control. I did add a mute button for it, but we could do volume as well. So here's the meth lab. So it placed some shit here. Boil mixture. What is that? Why is there shit on the floor? And it gave us some cool props, I guess. Bacon lab oven. Combine ingredients. You're missing the required ingredients. Boil mixture. Okay, so game audio is a bit louder than your microphone. I can turn it down. Turn it down a tad bit there. Yeah, that music is really loud. I apologize about that. So, I guess let's see what the items are. Did we not get the items listed out for us? Pseudoephedrine. Give ourselves 10 of that. So it actually already added, looks like Grok added icons for it as well. Red phosphorus, cool. Hydrochloric acid. So this should be the 3 ingredients that we need to build or to craft some meth. Claude is a lifesaver for server owners. Absolutely, dude. A lifesaver, a money saver, all the above. Combine ingredients. So I guess this is step 1. So we're combining the ingredients, and we just get to see our ass, I guess. It's crazy. Combining the chemicals. So we've got meth mixture. So I guess now we need to boil it. Oh shit, what am I doing? Heat, cool. I don't know what to do. I just killed myself. Oh shit. I didn't know what was going on. I did not know what was going on. That's my bad. So let's combine it again. That's crazy. So we'll boil the mixture here on the ground. I don't know what to do. I don't know what's going on. How do I stop it? Oh, down. Okay. So we got to keep it. We use the up and down arrows, so it doesn't give a good indication of sold more than the AI. Yeah, for real. So mixture boiled successfully will crystallize it. You're missing the required ingredients. Okay, what? Crystallized product. Crystallized product. I mean, what do I need? What do I need? I don't know what I need to crystallize. You're missing the required ingredients. What do I need? Damn it. Boiled and bake. Lab chiller / oven camera shot. Baked tray. Yeah, AI doesn't really do good with chords. I'm confused here. I don't know what I do next. Wait, bake in the oven? Here we go. Bake in the lab oven. So it's using the forced cameras like we asked it, but it's not necessarily what we want it to be. Crystallized product. And I don't want this shit on the ground either. See, now we got meth crystals. I mean, it works, I guess. It's not the greatest. Combine the chemicals. Boil the mixture. Press down. This is not really what I was going for. Yeah, I think your idea, Wick, with change it to where you cook on a stove and you have to remove it on and off to maintain the temperature. I think that's a good idea. If we could actually like grab the pot and move the actual like pot prop. Yeah, you're right. I need to add cords for every prop. You are definitely right. Bake it in the lab oven. And then we'll crystallize it, which doesn't really do anything. What do you guys think about this? Would you guys use this in a server? I'm kind of underwhelmed. So now we need baggies, right? And it looks like the UI is kind of fucked. Package for selling. So let's screenshot that. And tell Grok that. Oh, you could actually grab it, but add prop cords for like ovens or use camper ovens only. You're right. You need to leave, begin to get tired. All good, Lord. Appreciate you sticking around, Lord, for this long. See you, man. Take it easy. Would it be possible to make a tool with AI so you can make custom animations for FiveM? I'm sure you can. Yeah, have a good one, Lord. We'll see you next time, buddy. AI custom animations would look generic in most cases. I'm sure, yeah, I can agree with that, Scram. I can definitely agree with that. I've not really done a whole lot with animations either. That's kind of uncharted territory for me, like building. I mean, obviously I know how to utilize and call animations for scripts and stuff, but actually like creating my own animation. I've not done any of that, and I've not done anything with MLOs. Can you make better progression bars / UI? Yeah, I would definitely want. That's absolutely, King. So, I actually did a redesign of the UI or the OX UI and the third eye earlier, just to kind of test it. So that's why this looks a little bit different. But yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this implementation of how it works. Let's see, and this is actually Grok, so maybe Claude would have done better. So let's actually test this. Because this actually doesn't seem too terribly token intensive. Let's go back to here. This is where we're going to do it. Use the chords that Nick gave us. We're going to try it again with Claude. We'll see just a perfect comparison here between Grok and Claude, and we'll see which one does better. Let's go back to was it that one? Let's TP back to here. Yeah. So let's actually grab these. 3, place the meth lab here, and then Grok cooks. Sometimes it does. I've actually made some cool shit with Grok that I thought may have been better with Claude, but we're gonna do a direct comparison here to see what we get. We need Vec 4, so. Let me go back over here and use that same door. Yeah, Grok did an okay job. I could have definitely done a little bit better to prompt and give him some more constraints. Grok does not take a lot of tokens because right now, it's doing, you get 50% of usage, but it uses the same amount of tokens. You just get, in terms of your usage, it actually only counts for 50%. I don't know how many tokens that took, but it wasn't very long. Will it tell me? No. Entire server made from AI. So we're starting with Qbox. So the Qbox framework is their starting point. But after that, yeah, everything that we do is going to be, mostly coded by AI for sure. This is legacy. How did I get my FiveM to look like that? Look like what? I don't have any mods or anything in right now. Yeah, it's windowed mode. I'm just doing this to make it easier to switch back and forth between stuff. Exactly. So we're gonna try the same prompt with Claude. We did it with Grok earlier. And I'll show Grok's implementation again, but we'll try the same thing, and we can actually we can tell Claude that these items actually exist already. Well, let's see. We don't want it to be too. Let's open up VS Code here. So YK, loading screen. QBX meth. Okay. Is that the one we just made? Not sure. We're just gonna say build a brand new meth script. Not in all caps. We'll name it YK meth. Okay, so let's see what Claude does. We've got 26% left on our 5-hour limit, but I do have like $100 worth of usage credits, so if we go over, we go over. That's fine. Let me catch up on chat here. So, Qbox or OX Core is better? I don't know. I don't know exactly the entire difference between OX Core or Qbox. Now, King, I will tell you that if I wanted to make like my entire framework from scratch, I would probably just go ahead and throw in like the OX dependencies. So like OX door lock, fuel, you know, all these just OX stuff, OX core as well, I guess, and then build from that. I wouldn't, if I wanted to build it all exactly custom, I would start with that and not with Qbox. That may answer your question, it may not. I would suggest to close the fast option in cursor because it gives you 30% faster response for double the cost. I don't know that I have fast on, do I? High fast. Fast, yeah, I don't want fast. That's right. I thought I turned fast off. High fast. Yep, I guess it does say fast. Yeah, I don't typically use the fast. I didn't mean for that to be on. Thank you for that, Macus. Will Qbox work in FiveM Enhanced? Not at the moment. I'm sure that the Qbox devs are working to fix that. But the last time that I tested it, yeah, I wasn't able to spawn in or anything like that. And I didn't do anything else to try to fix it on my own. Why are you using Grok 4.5 instead of GPT? Man, I really don't like ChatGPT for FiveM. I don't think it does a very good job, especially with the 5.6 models. Seemed like 5.5 did okay, but yeah, I don't use it much for FiveM. I typically use Claude, but as you can see here, we've got a lot of our 5-hour limit done with Claude. We've built a couple scripts so far in today's stream, and Grok 4.5 is actually really good, so don't sleep on it. You were able to get into QB Core server, Martins? I tested it as well, and I wasn't able. Maybe that's the one that I wasn't able to spawn in. I tested both QB Core and Qbox in Enhance, and I wasn't able to actually load into either of them. I mean, the server would start up and stuff, and you could do the character selection screen, but I wasn't able to actually get in the server. I see. Yeah, Claude is definitely, in my opinion, Claude's the best for FiveM scripts and UIs. I mean, utilize some skills and stuff. Oh, did I update a few days ago? Okay. Yeah, it's been a few days since I have tested it, so maybe I'll try that again. GLM 547. I haven't tried any of the GLM models or anything like that. I have not tried those. Okay, cool, Wick. Thanks for that. Thanks for that information. I think I tried it the day it came out, so I guess I tried it before any fixes were made. I assume that was the case anyway. Claude, yeah, Claude is typically better in most cases. Wanted to try to make a Prodigy 4.0 inventory. GLM 4.7 is equal to Opus 4.6. I mean, that's respectable. I had a lot of luck with Opus. I'm using Opus 5 right now. This is actually the first time I've tested Opus 5, but I built a lot with Opus 4.8, and it did really well. And I actually preferred that to using Fable 5 just because of the of the amount of tokens that Fable used. It's crazy. Martin used anti-gravity. Yeah, I actually haven't used anti-gravity for FiveM at all. I used it a little bit for some other projects when it first came out, but I've not used it at all for FiveM. It was okay. I don't expect anti-gravity to be great though. Yeah, GPT does do good at writing prompts and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, I think that I'm pretty sure that Claude even is internally using itself to build upon and build newer models. I know that Claude Code was actually built by Claude models. So yeah, we're definitely teaching Claude for sure. We're teaching them all. I wouldn't be surprised if a Claude price increase came either. I have the Claude Pro, the normal Claude Pro. It's like $20 a month, and I'm at. I've almost maxed out my 5-hour limit, and we've done a good amount today. We've done a redesign of the OX inventory and OX third eye, stuff like that. We did a UI redesign of that. We built a loading screen with a custom video and audio in the background as well, and then we are working on a meth script right now. But yeah, so we've used a lot of our tokens, especially in the 5-hour limit. What are we working on now? We're working on the meth script. I think I just said that, but we're working on the meth script. I actually built the same thing in Grok 4.5, and I can actually go back and show you that implementation while we're waiting. But I didn't love it in Grok 4.5. So I'm building the same thing again in Claude to see if there's much of a difference. See if it's any much better. Yeah, that resets every 5 hours. So with Claude Pro, you have a 5-hour limit and a weekly limit. So it resets on those parameters or those intervals. So here is the Grok's implementation of the meth script. So we've got 3 new items, pseudoephedrine, red phosphorus, and hydrochloric acid. We come here, we can third eye here, and these are not in the best places. Combine the chemicals. Add some cutscenes. So yeah, that's kind of similar to what I wanted to accomplish with this. You can see these forced cameras making the lab of them. What am I fucking missing? Oh, we need to boil it. That's right. So how it cuts to these kind of these different camera angles. This isn't exactly what I was going for, but this is kind of, yeah, cutscene to animations. Yeah, that's kind of where I was trying to take it, but we didn't get that far. So you can see these cameras kind of switch over. Yeah, and then I blew up earlier. I did, for sure. We get the boiled meth tray, and then we can crystallize it. I wanted these to be more interactive and immersive than what they are, so that's why I'm getting Claude to rebuild it, and hopefully that it's more along the lines of what I was asking for. Let's see, did we fix the inventory thing? No, it's still behind us there. Alright, let's see where Claude's at here. So Claude is approaching the limit. Like I said before, but we are... I've got some usage credits, so we'll just wait. But after this, you're supposed to be able to package your meth here, but let's see, that was the last test that I did. Restart OX inventory or reconnect. I can try to restart OX inventory. There we go. Package for sale. We don't have any baggies, so we can come back here and see. We should be able to see the items that were added somewhere. Let's see. Items. Meth liquid, meth tray, meth crystal, empty baggie. So we're going to spawn a couple of these in. It didn't give it to us. What's it called? Baggie or baggies? Baggie, my bad. With a Y. Okay. So now we should be able to right click and do package for sale, and then we get a bag of meth. Okay. Cool. And let's actually try to sell this while we're still waiting on Claude to do his thing. Let me get to where I'm going, and then I will get caught back up on chat, guys. I don't see any NPCs anywhere walking around. Gotta have customers. There we go. There's a couple. Just stop here, and this is kind of the native Qbox corner selling, so you started selling drugs. We'll see what happens. I'm not 100% sure how this corner selling stuff works. Not used that a ton. Alright, let's see. Let's see. For your meth lab script, this is just my opinion.
Hey,
There we go.
watch
So
where you
this
going.
guy bought some. Oh, we got robbed. Alright.
Hey,
This
man.
guy robbed our shit.
Why do you even
Oh, now we
exist,
pissed
you
off everybody. So I can pick up my shit
Dipshits.
back. Thanks, man. Nope. See you. Cool, I guess. So let's sell drugs again. For your meth lab script, this is just my opinion. Make each lab purchasable through the black market. Make one meth lab available to all, but in a random location. Yeah, that's a good idea. Sell 4 bags of meth. Yep. Alright, so that's the selling. Cool. So we've tested all of Grok's implementation. Looks like Claude is still working on his. Who objected all that? I'm not sure what you mean by that. So using full-on Qbox to make AI changes? Yeah, that's exactly right. Tell Claude to make a config file so you can change props and chords easier to make the script more interactive so it feels like you don't press a button, wait, and repeat. Yeah, exactly. MariaDB better or MySQL? Probably Maria. Make the script I thought I said that somewhere. Use in-game props and utilize force cameras to make the cooking process immersive. I thought that would do the trick for making it immersive, but I guess not. You can add targets on NPCs to sell this item. Yeah, you probably can. We haven't done that yet. Who mapped it? I'm still confused by the question. Who mapped what? The script, yeah, we've built the script ourselves, so we're mapping it all out here on stream. What model am I using? This last implementation of the meth lab was built by Grok 4.5, but the rest of it has been built by Opus 4 or Opus 5. Sorry. Have Claude build you a trap phone to make it more immersive when selling through the server. Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. Have you ever used Figma for UI purposes? Not in FiveM. I've not really taken it to that extreme in FiveM, but yeah, in my, like I mentioned it before, I'm a software developer as a day job. Technically, I'm a systems engineer, but I do a lot of software development. But I haven't used it in that regard, but not anything for FiveM. You mean MLO? That MLO that I was in is just in the basic in the base game. You just walk in. It's not necessarily an MLO.
What do you want, Brad?
But all the props and stuff that were placed was Grok 4.5. I think you need to tell him that you want the player to pour the ingredients and give examples for what you mean with interactive. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. In your experience, the best AI is Claude. Yeah, Claude is the best in my experience for FiveM. Grok 4.5 does a really good job as well, and it's a lot faster. But yeah, Claude is the best in my opinion. 5.6 Soul is good for FiveM, 2.5M. It's okay. It produces a lot of errors that I've seen. Did you see Echo RP, Soul City RP, drug script, how it works? No, I've not seen that. Enjoyed chatting with you, bro. Going to get my get that work in, dude. Appreciate you stopping by, Wick. We'll see you in the next one, buddy. If you're building some cool shit, Wick, join the Discord if you haven't already, and we'd love to see it in there. You can share it with us. Is that free, Cloud? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Goal. Is there any ways to do this for free? I ain't got money at the moment. I mean, there's free options for. You dropped a sub. Appreciate that, dude. I really appreciate it. For free, I don't know what to tell you for free, my man. Calzone, I don't know. I mean, Cursor has a free plan. You can utilize the Cursor free plan. You get a little bit of usage, I think. I think Cursor still has a free plan. Apex, if you're a student or anything like that, a lot of these have like a student trial as well that you can test out. Yeah, anti-gravity is free. I mean, you're kind of limited when you're free, so. But yeah, if you're a student, man, I think that's how I've got Cursor Pro at the moment. It's through my student email. I got a year for free. You put one prompt with anti-gravity and hit your limit. That's tough, dude. Same with Cursor. Yeah, I mean, like I said, man, you're gonna be pretty limited. Like I said, that's the best way. That's the only advice I can give you, man. If you're a student, you can get like a year for free using your student email. That is, it's the only thing that I can tell you for free.
It's a freak show, just biceps and breasts, and everyone eats kale.
Can I increase my mic audio? Sure. I sure can. There we go. Turned it up a little bit. I can also probably pull it a little bit closer to me.
You would not believe how many celebrities live here.
ChatGPT is free, but is very limited, and you still need to know about FiveM coding. Yeah.
Jack Howard's
Everyone thinks I'm crazy because I pay for Claude and release scripts for free. I do the same thing, dude. I do the same thing. You can check out some other videos. I've got a lot of, or check out the Discord as well. I've got a lot of free stuff in there. Do it for the love of the game, my man, not for the money. Awesome, thanks, Scram. What AI to use? So I'm using Claude for the bulk of it. I use Claude to build this UI overhaul and then this loading screen. And then that hit most of my limit. And I'm actually out of usage credits as well. But I think we're done. Yeah, we should be done on the YK myth.
What's happening?
So that's perfect timing. I used all my usage credits?
I want to come home. Santos is a shitty city.
Monthly spin limit? Oh, okay.
No, the West Coast isn't
I get like
all I
$100
hoped it
bucks.
would
I was
be.
going to
It's
say, I
horrible.
used all that. It's crazy.
Everyone here is an idiot and a wannabe. That's
I've never had any luck with anti-gravity either, Wick. I used it a little bit when it first came out, not for anything FiveM related though. So let's go ahead and let's restart the server. I think we're good. I think we're done. Let's pull it back up. But to answer your question, I am using Claude, and then I used Grok 4.5 to build that latest, that first initial implementation of a meth script. Then I'm going to do a version with Claude as well. All right, let's hop back in here. So I think we're done. Claude was building out the README. So we can see we got the new meth script, chemical supply here. We need those same ingredients, combine, then boil, then bake, then crystallize. All right, what are we doing? So we've got some configuration here, rise and fall rate, props and animations. Force camera drops onto the burner and a gauge appears. So hopefully this works better than our previous implementation. I'll just close it out, damn it. AI be talking crazy. AI does talk crazy all the time. All right, we're loading in. If you're new here, this is we actually made this loading screen with Claude earlier in the stream today. I'll go ahead and mute that audio. So we are now going to test out Claude's implementation of the meth lab script. The previous one was Grok's implementation. I can show you that again if you're just now stopping by. So we should be able to come here and do force the shutter. I don't know what that means. Force the shutter. So it should TP us into here where the meth lab is, and I don't see anything in here. Okay, no props have been rendered in here. That's interesting. boil the mixture. And I blew myself up. Needs 1 meth mixture. Well, I don't see any props or anything. Or if it has issues rendering props down here in this underground area. Let's go back to the door. Third out of the door. We TP to the sort of MLO down here. We have the ingredients on us. Needs 1 meth mixture. So maybe we need to give it some more context on where to put everything. So combine is the mixing bench. So let's actually, we are out of usage credits with Claude. So I'm going to go to Grok. Grok's actually pretty good for these small little changes. And I could do these manually if I really wanted to, but I don't. Let's work on okay, meth. So we'll say, let's place the mixing bench here. And then what's the next step? Boil. I guess we need to look at Claude's here. Boil the burner. Boil base minigame. We need like an oven, I guess. Just put it here. I'm not sure what it's going to look like. The lab oven. Yeah. Nikki said, why can't, let's see, let me take a look at chat here. Okay, what is the starting prompt you send to AI when starting a fresh server? Well, when I start a fresh server, I do the entire installation myself. So I went ahead and installed Qbox myself. I didn't ask AI for any assistance in that. And then, I mean, after there, the next thing that I did was I added in my Qbox Markdown documentation file, which just gives some constraints and some background information on Qbox, some scripting techniques and stuff like that. Added that in here, and this is available in my Discord if you'd like to use it. And then the next step is just figure out what you want to tackle first. Make the mixing bench and all the items so you can place and pick them up. Okay, let's do that. That might be easier than actually make all the stations, items. Let's make them all. Yeah, let's do what Nikki said. Let's make them where we can place them down. You can ask ChatGPT to help make prompts. Yeah, ChatGPT is pretty good at making prompts. I'm a licensed. I'm a professional FiveM full stack developer. If you want something, maybe I can help you. Professional, okay. You can use a hot pot, yeah. We need to route the buckets right when pushing the MLO interior. Yeah, you're definitely right about that. I don't know that we're doing any of that. I didn't mention anything about routing buckets. Typically it'll do it itself, but I don't see anything in the console about switching routing buckets. See if we can get Grok to make all these placeable inventory items. So hopefully this will make it a little bit easier to place around. And then we could obviously do a stationary one somewhere in the city as well. Yeah, Grok actually does pretty good with FiveM. Especially with kind of smaller stuff. It does really good. So I built the same meth script with Grok earlier, and I didn't love the implementation, which is why I'm trying it again with Claude, just as a direct comparison. But I'll show you what Cursor or Grok 4.5 gave us. So I gave it the chords for this place to build a meth script with like interactive and immersive processes. Well, it's actually stopped. It was here, but I guess I can't show it to you. But yeah, it does pretty good. Do you know the YouTube HT network? Is that the Highway Trooper? Is that his VPS stuff? That's his game? Yeah, it is. I've heard of it before, yeah. Yeah, 4.5 is really cheap with Cursor sub, so it actually works pretty good from what I've tested so far. So let's see, we've converted those into placeable items. Okay, so let's just restart the server, and we'll try it again. Made an AI just for FiveM. Yeah, I'm sure that's just some extra. Let's see. I'm sure they just have some extra documentation on FiveM. I highly doubt they actually retrained a model on FiveM stuff. That Oven AI, yeah, I'm sure that just uses something under the hood. I highly doubt they retrained a model. People like to market it that way. All right, so Grok, apparently fixed all of our problems. So we've got the meth mixing bench, meth burner, meth oven, meth chiller. Okay. So we'll get back in here. We'll spawn these in. Again, guys, if you're just stopping by, this is a loading screen that we created earlier in the video. So I guess we don't need that previous place that we were at. So let's just find somewhere to place all this down. We'll just place it down here. So we need the mixing bench. These are not the best icons I can see. Meth oven. And meth chiller. Okay, so let's try to place these down. Oven or mixing bench. Okay, cool. So we get a little bit of a preview here. We can press E to place it. This is legacy, brother. So here's the mixing bench. And then we need the portable burner, which is on the ground for some reason. That's stupid. The lab oven, which could not load that station. Okay, cool. There's no errors. Okay, so lab oven's not working. Let's see, the chiller is this big damn thing. So let's test what we can, I guess. At this point in time, we can combine the reagents. And what in the fuck is all that? That's crazy. Did not want all that. Boil the mixture. I'm gonna blow myself up. Alright. Okay, cool. Blew ourselves up. Let's combine. I don't know why it's placing all that stuff there. That's crazy. So now we got the meth mixture again. Let's try it one more time. I think we hit shift. There we go. Let's keep it in range in the burner there. I mean, this would be cool if there were some more props on the screen that we could see. This is taking forever. I go boom. You're right, Scram. Alright, now we got the meth mixture and boiled, or no, we get the boiled meth base. Okay. I guess we need to bake it now. We don't have the oven. So let's restart YK meth. I think Grok said he finished it, or fixed it. Is it dash? I thought that it was the resource. It has to be capital. There we go. So we lose all our shit when it's okay. So here's the oven. Bake the base. So this is just a loading screen. I wanted that to be more of an interactive process. So we need the chiller again, I guess. So the next step. crystallize. So we'll crystallize it, and it places, I guess it places that little pan in there when we do it, but that doesn't look very good, neither does the camera angle. Yo, RX framework coming soon if you want to test it for us. Yeah, sure. Join the Discord down below, man. Show us what you got. So now we have, I guess we got meth crystals out of that, so we can pick it up. I mean, it's okay. It's not necessarily what I was going for either way. Or on either side. Camera angles are off? Yeah, they are. They certainly are. I wanted it more cutscene-esque. I guess I could ask for that. Let's see what that'll do for us. Make the camera angles feel more cutscene-esque. You should do any AI versus meta AI. Just to see what meta AI can do. I haven't seen anyone try that. Can't wait for the video. I've not used meta AI at all, dude. I've not used it at all. I imagine that it wouldn't be too good. Tune the station cameras for a more cinematic cutscene feel, tighter frame and better FOV, smoother transitions. Alright, we'll see what that'll do for us. At any rate, that's not exactly what I was going for in the sense of it being interactive. You need whisper flow. I use a tool called Handy for speech transcription. It's a free and open source on GitHub. It's called Handy. It looks exactly like this right here. It's a good tool, and it's free. And no, whisper flow has like limits or something, but it's free. So check that out. I'm not affiliated with the creator or anything like that, but it's a great tool, and it's free and open source on GitHub as well. It's made from Qbox, but completely redone, added support for multiple frameworks. What's created one that will be joining right about now. Awesome, dude. Yeah, that's exactly kind of what I'm going for. I'm not really building anything to release production-wise. I'm just doing it for the sake of showing that it can be done. But yeah, that sounds really interesting. I'd love to test it out, man. I wouldn't think it would be good at all neither, but hey, it's for content. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I can try it out, for sure. But small limits, yeah. For the love of the content. Exactly, dude. Exactly. Yeah, I tried Whisperflow, then I looked for, free and open source versions, and I came across Handy, and it works really well. Would definitely recommend that over paying for something. All right. So, I guess Grok made some fixes for us, so we can restart that script again. I will go ahead and add back everything that I need. Mixing bench, burner, oven. Okay, I think I've got the rest of it. So let's see if there's much of a difference on the cutscenes. So it tells us what we need. Need 2 pseudo, 1 phosphorus, 1 hydrochloric. We need 2 more pseudo. So actually, it would be a good time to test out and at Chem Supply. So you can buy these at Chem Supply apparently, which is not right there, I wouldn't imagine. There it is. Chem Supply. Now where the hell is it? Alright. I'm not sure where Chem Supply is supposed to be, but it's not in a good spot, I wouldn't think. And I'm not sure how we even get to it. We add it? Yeah, looks like it. Whatever, I'm just gonna spawn it in. we need some more pseudoephedrine. Now let's go back down to the airport where our stuff is, if we can find it. Yep, there we go. Alright, so let's try it one more time. Combine the reagents. I mean, that's more cinematic feeling for sure, but it still looks like shit. Alright, I was a streamer of PUBG Mobile content, but my TikTok streaming account got hacked and so on. That sucks, dude. Not rebuild a PC and go in the FiveM streaming space. It's definitely not the best time to be building PCs, brother. So I definitely feel sorry for you in that regard. So I don't know why that burner looks like that. Which keyboard am I using? I'm using the what is this one? Huntsman V3 Pro TKL. So we'll boil the mixture and we're gonna blow up. Alright, damn it. It's actually, I mean, it's kind of hard to use. I mean, genuinely. So I can actually just spawn in a meth mixture. I'm going to do that. So there's no like actual like props or anything like that, like to burn. It just shows the tray and then this new kind of mini game. It's not really what I was looking for, more something interactive than that, but whatever. Looks better, but that camera angle still ass. Yeah, it is. Might be cords. Yeah, I don't know what to. I don't know. I don't really care about the. You care about it, I guess. So this is a little bit better. I wish there was some more like actual props on this one. Maybe we could add that in, but this camera angle actually looks a little bit better than the other ones do. Easy to use a base, one from RX Frameworks, 2 versions. Zombie version, cool. So that camera angle looked a little bit better. Let's place down the chiller, and we can actually place it on top of that. Interesting. This camera angle is a tad better as well. But still, it's still not what I'm going for. I'm not really sure. I think that I would just want to redo this. That is meth, and we can do package for selling. We can bag 10x. We get bags of meth. Cool. What do we think, guys? Give it a rating out of 10. How do you get the props? It's hard to make phone like QS. Yeah, I think it's pretty hard to make phones. Just there's so much to them. You got to kind of make. The best way to do it would be to probably make the phone kind of scaffold itself and then make all the apps for it individually. How do you get the props? I mean, they're just in the game. These are just base game props. I did give. So I've got a markdown file in my project folder here. It has a lot of documentation on Qbox, and then it also has something. Where's it at? It's got a link to the GTA 5 data dumps that gives all the model names, prop names, stuff like that. Phone is hard, yeah. Yep, it definitely is. Is that storage thing a GTA prop? Yeah, I think all those is GTA props. As far as I'm aware. I didn't add anything specifically. Grok 4 or 5 is the one that I think added that initially. How do I get cursor student plan? I've looked and can't find anything. I'm not sure. They may not do it anymore. Especially with how AI and stuff is. Yeah, so it looks like, yeah, they did. Just a quick search. They stopped new sign-ups for student discounts, unfortunately. Sub for your content. Can't wait to see. Hey, appreciate that, dude. I definitely appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. We got a lot of stuff planned. Check out our previous videos if you haven't already. You have texted me on Discord before. Oh, what's up, King? Didn't recognize you, brother. So yeah, I think that this has been a pretty successful stream, guys. I appreciate everybody stopping by and hanging out with us and watching us build some stuff and giving input and all that. I think we're probably going to end it here. So just to recap, guys, this is the latest script that we built. It's the meth lab script. All these items are placeable. They exist in inventory. I mean, the item icons are pretty shitty for them, but they're there. It needs some more work, and we may do some more testing and configuring and stuff in the next stream or the next video. But yeah, so it works. We get meth bags. I guess we'll pick it up. We can't carry it. It's too heavy. All right, cool. But yeah, I think we're going to end it here, guys. We've been going for, I don't know how long we've been going for. 2.5 hours, almost 3 hours. Yeah, I think we're going to end it here. Just to touch back on everything we've built. So we built we actually did a test between Grok and Claude on the meth script. I still don't know who won. You guys can decide that yourself. And then we built the loading screen here, and we also built a UI redesign for all the OX native, the OX target, the third eye, and then the OX lib notifications and the OX inventory. It's nothing crazy, but just a little bit of a redesign there, and then this loading screen, and then this meth script here. So that's going to do it for today. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do in the next stream or when it will be. Probably in the next day or two, I would think. But I definitely appreciate you guys stopping by, giving any input, and subscribe to the channel. Leave a like on the stream, guys, so you don't miss the next one. Join the Discord down below as well. We'd love to have you in the community. Not only am I sharing everything that I've built in here, we got some other members in there sharing some awesome scripts and stuff. But yeah, guys, you don't want to miss anything that's coming next. Don't want to miss anything that's in the Discord. So without anything else being said, appreciate you guys been hanging out with me today. And yeah, I will see you in the next stream. Have a good evening. Later.